Shonda Rhimes, because of you, I've been walking around for the past 3 weeks in slave voice going, "No, please don't kill the president. No, why you have to shoot the president? Don't shoot the president." I mean, I haven't prayed this hard for something since when I asked Black Jesus, aka Oprah, to hook me up with Aretha Franklin's church hat. Well, y'all, since Black Jesus didn't come through, I made my own version of Aretha Franklin's hat. You see this, Black Jesus? You see it? That's right. This is a motherfucking lint brush on a Knicks cap.
Well, this bitch asked me what's in her cup. I said, bitch, go look it up. Why don't you go find the book? Open it up and take a look. But bitches don't do research. No, bitches don't do research. Bitches don't do research.
Okay, so we start the episode off at Olivia's place and her man Edison is there. And they've been having some issues. He's all pissed off because they haven't had sex in a week. And I'm like, have you heard of Hanes socks? I mean, it's a week. Okay, you know what? You guys are right. He's a politician. He's classy. He should waltz his ass down to Joanne Fabrics and get some satin ribbon and splooge into that. Anyway, just as Edison and Olivia are about to go at it over the fact that they're not having sex, someone shows up to her apartment and hands Edison a letter. This is where we learn that he's a big freaking deal because only 2 people get this letter, and apparently this letter is from the president and it says, "Yo, I'm alive, give me back my job, bitches." So naturally, Olivia races over to the hospital to meet up with Cyrus and Fitz's wife, Millie, and when she gets there, the president isn't awake. He's still fucking comatose, and Olivia is pissed as hell. And I understand that anger because she showed up there looking all cute in her heels, and I've been through the same exact thing. Like this past winter when Al Roker was like, the nor'easter's coming, so I went out and got this fierce pair of winter boots so I could be ready for the snow and look good. And lo and behold, when I walk outside the next morning, all I see is just all this foliage falling on. I got leaves stuck in my hair where snowflakes and fucking candy canes and holiday Sheryl Crow CDs should be stuck in my fro. I shouldn't have leaves in my hair when it's winter time. I should have Christmas music in my hair. So I understand. I wasted a debut of winter boots. And I can't re-debut those things because every beige mofo on the A train is going to judge me and be like, "I saw you wear those on Tuesday. You ain't new." So I feel you, Olivia. I feel you. So it turns out that Millie forged the president's signature. Bitch, what do you think this is? A high school permission slip to go to Six Flags? So for much of this episode, we see Huck getting tortured, like he's getting beat up and waterboarded. And there's a huge part of me that feels like I would totally be able to handle waterboarding because the only thing that scares me about water is getting my hair wet. So all I have to do is put on a shower cap and be like, bring it. I have such mental strength where I don't have to worry about my hair. You couldn't touch me. I mean, check it out. I'm not telling you secrets. I'm not telling you any secrets. Boom, you can't touch me. And I may be like, Blaria, well, you know what? Not everybody's going to carry around the shower cap. That is true. But here's the thing. Why don't he try to be resourceful like those black women I see rolling around Brooklyn? When it's about to rain outside, all they do is they grab a black little like handbag they get from a bodega and wrap their hair up in it, and they keep on moving to the library because they have books to check out. That's all you have to do. Waterboarding is not that big of a deal. So Cyrus and his boo James are having problems because Cyrus promised him they were going to adopt a baby, and then when the president got shot, all that went out the window. So James decides, you know what, I'm just going to go peep the baby. I want this baby. I want to go peep this baby. And it turns out they're adopting a black baby from America. Correct me if I'm wrong, but white people don't adopt domestic black babies. They like that exotic shit. So now we cut to Olivia showing up to the hospital to visit her undercover boo, President Fitzgerald. And of course, knowing Sean at this moment has to be melodramatic as hell. Olivia creeps into the room ever so quietly, slowly approaches his bed. She gets to the edge, reaches out to touch his hand, but then she pulls it away because she can't bear to touch him while he's unconscious. It's just too painful. I mean, that moment was weakáshell.org/donations. If that was me, I would have hoisted myself up into that bed and rested my vagina on his shoulder blade like a leftover shoulder pad from the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation tour. What have you done for me lately? Do, 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 do. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Meanwhile, David hates his job as a U.S. attorney because he watched Huck get destroyed with the waterboarding and the punching of the face. Goes to Olivia, I know where Huck is. Olivia goes to Sally and is like, look, this is the best guy to catch the shooter, who happens to be Huck's ex-girlfriend, Becky. So they devise a plan to announce that they're moving the president to Camp David in hopes that Becky is watching TV and is going to set up shop so she can try and assassinate the president again. So she goes to a building across the street from the hospital, and when she's aiming and trying to figure out, oh, where is the president, she gets a phone call. It's Huck, and boom, bitch, you got caught. All these police swarm her and knock her down to the ground, and she's trying to be like, oh, boo, baby, don't you remember the past? And he's like, I don't give a shit. You know what? It's kind of cute. So the end of this episode is cray-cray ridic because Sally straight up calls Millie out and is like, I know you forged that signature because I Googled how to tell if someone forged a signature. And basically, Sally is now an expert in freaking hand signatures because of some paragraph she read on Wiki Answers. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Cyrus is telling James this whole thing is a ruse. The president isn't awake. When he gets a phone call, the president's awake. Yes! I'm so excited that he's alive. And when Cyrus gets to the hospital, the first person the president has Cyrus call is our girl Olivia. I mean, granted, that's a little trifling. You should probably have called his wife first, considering his wife is also carrying his baby. But you know what? This is 2013. Olivia Pope has been sad for 3 weeks, so I'm happy that the president called her. Well, guys, that's how this episode ended. I cannot wait for next week. It seems like the president is not going to be adjusting to the world well at all. I hope you guys enjoy this recap and share it with your friends. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Well, this bitch asked me what's in her cup. I said, bitch, go look it up. Why don't you go find the book? Open it up and take